Hi, everybody. My name is Jacquie. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist, medium, speaker, author, jack of all trades. What I like to call myself is your hypnotic tour guide, and I work with advanced holistic hypnosis. What I like to specialize in is what I call reconnection to self. When we have traumas in our lives, when we have things that happen to us, when we have past life stuff that comes with us, all of that creates anchors, like the anchor on a boat. And when a boat is anchored, it can't move. So when we are anchored in our personal lives, we can't move forward without bringing all that baggage with us. And it's heavy and it's awful and it's just no fun. So what I do is I help my clients release those traumas, let go of those things, reframe them into positive affirmations and positive suggestions for themselves moving forward. And then what I call a reconnection to self happens. So when we are in those states where we are not feeling good about ourselves, there is a disconnection to the deepest part of ourself. So self-confidence takes a hit, self-esteem, self-image, self-love, self-care, all of that stuff takes a hit. What I love to do and what I love to see people do is to release the traumas and release all of the issues and emotional baggage that go along with it and establish that reconnection to self. And that reconnection to self is just amazing because people then stand in their power and their voice, their impactful voice comes back. And that's my passion, folks. My passion is getting people past willpower and moving them into personal power and impactful voice. I work with all forms of trauma. I work with all forms of mental illness. I work with addictions. I work with people who are lost. I work with people who are building goals, because even when we look at other people in the world and we feel like they've got it all together, there's always something, folks. There's always something that they're struggling with. And so what I do is I help them to get past those struggles and to stand in their own power. Now, some of the things that I suggest when I'm working with clients, I work with them in hypnosis and we resolve a lot of the issues and we resolve a lot of the problems. But in the in-between, and especially in these times where we're experiencing self-isolation and staying at home, what I recommend for people very often is having a plan. Make sure that you have a plan every day. Something that you can look forward to, something that you're going to do every day. Now, if that means cleaning a room in your home, planning an activity outside in your yard, maybe some gardening, maybe going for a walk in your neighborhood, whether that's reading a good book that you've been waiting to read that's been sitting in the pile, or watching that movie that you've been kind of waiting to do. Looking forward to something every day and kind of having a time allotment. So if you work an 8-hour job and you are currently not able to go to that job because of social distancing and isolation and all those things, plan yourself a 4-hour day at home. So that 4-hour day looks like, maybe cleaning a room or cleaning a room and then watching a movie, or planning yourself, to do a video chat with some friends, to have a coffee chat in the morning, or whatever that looks like. That 4-hour time frame is kind of your at-home work day. So that's your plan every day. The other thing that I always tell people when I'm working with them is, when you wake up in the morning, wake up in the morning as though you're going to work or you're going to a special event. So get up, do your hair, do your makeup if that's something that you do. Get dressed up. Don't put sweats and a sweatshirt on. Get dressed up. Put some jeans and a t-shirt on. Put some comfy clothes on, but comfy enough that if you were called that you had to go out to a meeting, you would feel comfortable wearing those clothes. Your mind will kick into gear much quicker if you are in that mindset where you are ready to go at any moment. So if pandemic ended in 10 minutes, you'd be ready to walk out the door and go back to work and doing the things that you've always done. Some of the other things that I talk about are going easy on yourself. So when we are in isolation and the fridge doesn't have a chain around it, and the liquor cabinet doesn't have a chain around it, and the snacks are just so good, or sometimes we binge watch Netflix, or we binge watch our favorite TV show. All those things are fine. It's okay to have a day where you binge eat, or it's okay to have a few drinks, or it's okay to watch movies all day if that's something that you've got planned. So some relaxing activity like that. However, don't live there. Don't live in shame and guilt because you've done that. Let it go. This is something that you've done for that day or in that particular time frame during the day, and there's nothing to be said or done about it. Don't feel guilty about doing things for yourself. Don't feel guilty about doing self-care things for yourself. If that looks like you're going to lock yourself in your room and read a really good book all day and ignore the cleaning and ignore everything else that's going on, then that's fantastic. Do that. Don't berate yourself for putting yourself first. That's called self-care, and that's called self-love. And unfortunately, in this fast-paced world that we live in, self-care and self-love really aren't that important in most people's lives because it means taking time for you. And we live in this world where everything that we do happens for other people. When I'm working with people who have serious mental health issues, so depression, bipolar disorders, all those sorts of things, when we really get to the nitty gritty of it, it's because they've given too much of themselves to other things and other people, and they have forgotten what it's like to look after themselves and what it feels like to love themselves. I'll give you just this analogy of a mother who has children. So when we have children, those children are part of our heart walking around in the world, and we want to protect them, and we want to look after them, and we want to nurture them, and we want them to have the best. And some moms, and I was one of those moms for a while, we give up everything that's in our own lives and in our own interests to ensure that our children have everything that they need. Now, what I'm not saying here is don't look after your children. What I'm saying is that in all things, there needs to be a balance, even motherhood, right? So finding that balance between giving to others and giving to yourself. Otherwise, what ends up happening is we tend to give everything to others, and then we find ourselves burning out and feeling bad about ourselves because we haven't given to ourselves. So some of the things that I teach and some of the things that I do, of course, I do hypnosis sessions, and those sessions are one-on-one, and they're very deep sessions, and they are you to you. So when you come to see me, I don't need to know what the problem is. I don't need to know how you feel about it. You may not even know what the problem is at its root, and that's okay. Your higher mind, which is where I work, knows what the problem is, and it also has the solution. Any problem or any issue or any feeling that you've ever had inside of you, you also have the solution for it, the positive move forward. I also work with people. I teach 4-hour sessions. It's called self-hypnosis. So people come into a Zoom room with me, and I teach them the art of self-hypnosis so that you're able to work on things at home on your own. This enables your body to relax and your mind to go to work and clear up some of those issues that are going on and make you feel better, move you forward in a positive way every day. I also teach what's called the Simpson Protocol hypnosis. And the Simpson Protocol, again, I don't need to know what's going on. This is all about you. You're in charge of the session. There is no really talking during the session, so you don't have to relive anything. Everything that is inside of you stays inside of you. And I am literally your hypnotic tour guide, helping you to get to the places that you need to be in order to release whatever it is that needs to be released for you to move forward. I'm not into suggestion. That's not something that I do. When I work with clients, everything comes from you, inside of you. All of the answers, all of the solutions are there, and it all comes to the surface, and you choose whether or not you're going to move forward. So that's a little bit about me. I also have a book coming out. The book is called The Burned Out Healer: A Path to Trauma Release and Reconnection to Self. And in that book, I talk about what I do with my clients in sessions. So how do we get from being in this place of trauma and being in these issues with mental health to releasing that and moving forward in a more connected way within ourselves and with more positive results and positive outcomes for your highest benefit. So that book will be coming available in June of 2020, June the 20th. Summer solstice, people. It's going to be awesome. So that's a little bit about me. I am available worldwide. I work exclusively online. And yes, hypnosis is possible online. You can't get stuck in hypnosis. You're not going to, you're not going to give me any of your secrets or anything like that. So if you are interested in really working on the deeper issues that are of concern to you, my name is Jacquie, again, Jacquie at transcendencehypnosis.com. I am willing and able to work with anybody, anywhere, where you're at. So I work at your comfort level. I work with whatever it is that you choose to bring to the table. And I support you and encourage you as you step into this new, powerful version of yourself. So thank you very much. I look forward to talking to some of you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Please take care. Be safe.